Yeah, man. Man, I am podcast. Como é que estamos? Caríssimos. Estamos de volta. Hoje, late night. Porque isto é um conteúdo para adultos, é para gente crescida, tá bem? É para crescidinhos, não é para meninos. Como é que estamos? Estamos bem? Vamos só checar. Está tudo a bombar. Está tudo. Para aqueles que forem entrando, podemos só pôr nos comentários se o som está em conformidade, se a imagem está bem. Se puderem pôr um número 1 nos comentários, ficar-lhes eternamente gratos. Está ok. Muito obrigado. Domingos Santos, presença assídua, máquina você. Here we go. Vamos lá. Então, viram o título, né? Facing Fat é um documentário. Vou-vos pôr a par do que é, mais ou menos. Eu também não vi isto com muita atenção, mas é... Um rapaz obeso que decidiu tentar bater o recorde do mundo e ficar 55 dias sem comer. Ele era obeso, tinha obesidade mórbida e decidiu testar os limites da sua força de vontade e aliás, eu acho que eu estou aqui. Eu acho que o recorde do mundo não é deste jovem, é do Angus. Recorde do mundo. Sim. É verdade. O recorde do mundo pertence a um escocês, Angus Barbieri, teve em junho durante 392 dias. Mas este jovem esteve 55 dias sem consumir alimentos sólidos, nem líquidos. Fez um jejum de água. Ele simplesmente bebia água e teve assim durante 55 dias, se não me engano. Perdão. E gravou, documentou a jornada toda e o resultado é isto que vamos agora ver. São essas imagens, este documentário. Mas antes disso, eu queria mostrar aqui uma coisa muito interessante. Só um segundo. Muito, muito interessante mesmo. Soluções alternativas. Vamos ter sempre planos de contingência. Percebem ou não? Sempre planos de contingência. Agora que temos aqui o nosso plano de contingência, vamos ligar isto aqui. E sim, o som parece-me estar em excelente condição. Condicionem-se, parece-me estar em excelentes condições. As pessoas a ver no YouTube. Nice. Como já devem ter reparado, temos um novo software. Estamos a testar, né? Temos que testar. Os comentários aparecem aqui. Nice. Muito fixe. Estou a descobrir, né? Estamos a descobrir. Estamos a pilotar o avião à medida que estamos a voar. Isto aqui não há e tal, porque não sei o quê. Não. Temos que experimentar, estamos a tentar e estamos a fazer. Bom, já vos contextualizei sobre a reação do documentário. A reação principal é longa, mais de 1 hora. Mas antes disso, deixem-me só mostrar-vos como é que a nossa percepção está tão deturpada. Nossa percepção, nossa noção da realidade está tão deturpada que nós temos profissionais de saúde. Desculpa. Agora provavelmente estará melhor. Está tão deturpada que nós temos profissionais de saúde a dizerem que as nossas noções sobre o IMC, sobre índice de massa corporal, sobre gordura, sobre estar em forma, está tudo completamente errado. Está tudo completamente errado. E este que diz, esta doutora, é a doutora Doris Steinberg. Doris Steinberg, doutora, professora associada da Escola de Farmácia de Duke, uma das mais privilegiadas da América. Da Escola de Enfermagem de Duke, das mais prestigiadas. E esta senhora vem aqui e diz que está tudo errado. Ao fim de 2 décadas chegou a essa conclusão. Antes de vermos o nosso amigo Ryan a tentar a proeza dos 55 dias sem comer no documentário, vamos ver o que é que a doutora Doris Steinberg tem a dizer sobre as nossas noções sobre o IMC e sobre fitness. There we go. Oh, nice. Ora, aí está. Pessoal, perdoem o meu amadorismo, mas garanto-vos que há de melhorar. Anyway, vamos lá, doutora Doris Steinberg.
For the past 2 decades, I have devoted my life to researching how to help people lose weight. That is until I realized all I knew about weight and health was wrong. When I was a kid, I never really liked the way my body looked. I grew up in the 80s and 90s at a time when diet culture was alive and well. You couldn't turn on the TV or open a magazine without seeing numerous weight loss ads. This diet culture messaging instilled in me a core belief that being fat was to be avoided at all costs.
Ok. Doutora, sim, ser gordo, ou seja, ter sobrepeso, estar acima do peso, é para ser evitado. Porque nós hoje sabemos o tipo de doenças e os riscos que isso acarreta. O facto de tu teres mais peso do que é suposto ter. Nós agora sabemos, e você como profissional de saúde saberá melhor do que nós como os mortais que não nos doutoramos na matéria, que não somos professores assistentes da faculdade de Duke. Nós temos essa noção. Eu não percebo como é que a doutora Doris Steinberg pode vir dizer que está toda a gente errada e vamos repensar isto tudo, porque está errada a forma como pensamos isto. Esta cultura de fazer exercício e respeitar o índice de massa corporal e não, isto está tudo errado. Isto é só o princípio, vamos continuar.
I can remember being as young as 9 and thinking that my body was too big and that I needed to shrink it to have a happy and healthy life. In my early teen years, I attended weight loss camps, and by age 15, I had decided I was going to be a dietitian when I grew up because I thought that the key to all this was knowledge. This choice ultimately morphed into a career in dietetics and then research, and during my successful research career, I developed and tested numerous weight loss programs. And in these programs, people lost weight, but time and time again, they struggled to sustain that weight loss.
Sim. Você não gostava daquilo que via porque não é natural. Não é natural uma pessoa. O que a gordura faz é que transfigura as tuas feições naturais. E quando criança você não tinha culpa. Você não tinha culpa nem responsabilidade. A responsabilidade é dos teus tutores legais, ou dos teus guardiões, dos teus pais. Esses é que são os responsáveis. Mas a partir da maioridade você pode fazer as suas escolhas, doutora. Você pode fazer as suas escolhas e você escolheu comer. E esses programas que você está a falar de training camps, isso é o que acontece quando as pessoas não têm hábitos saudáveis bem delineados, quando não desenvolvem a disciplina, quando não veem o valor em ser disciplinado, em controlar as calorias que ingeres versus aquelas que queimas. É isso que acontece. Vocês entram nesses programas, né? Estão lá durante X tempo e quando o programa acaba, o que acontece é que as pessoas revertem os seus hábitos normais, os seus padrões comportamentais que os levaram a aquele resultado de sobrepeso ou obesidade. Porque os seres humanos são criaturas de hábitos. Então, tu vais reverter aquilo que te é mais confortável, a tua zona de conforto, tu vais reverter a isso. A menos que os mudes, tu vais voltar, porque é impossível vivermos sem hábitos. Por isso, doutora, é que as pessoas como você, iam para esses weight loss camps, iam para esses campos de perda de peso, perdiam peso, algum peso durante o período em que lá estavam, assim que saíam voltavam para a vida normal, para a vida civil, integravam outra vez a sociedade, voltavam a ganhar o peso e às vezes até mais. É porque vocês voltavam aos vossos hábitos, voltavam às vossas rotinas, que são maus hábitos, são vícios maus.
It wasn't just these studies. All of our evidence around weight shows that only a very small percentage of people are actually able to keep off any weight that they lose. And so I thought, okay, maybe we just need to keep working harder and design the next right program. But ultimately I realized what we're doing is harmful. It's not working. It's not meant to work this way. And it wasn't just harmful for others, it was also harmful for myself. It was around this time that I was diagnosed with an eating disorder and became aware that it stemmed all the way back to my childhood when these core beliefs about weight and health began. I realized I could no longer work in weight loss and I had to find a new way. And it was during this process that I learned a few general principles that I'd like to share. One, we need to stop labeling some foods as good and some foods as bad. Thinking that certain foods are going to solve all of our health problems is a false narrative. And similarly, thinking that certain foods are going to cause health problems is so problematic. There are so many more things that impact our health than just what we eat. This black or white, good, bad mentality is also a gateway to restrictive eating and ultimately eating disorders. I know this from personal experience, and I've seen this in many people. We need to start to think how all foods fit and how all foods can play a role in our life and our health. Two, we need to de-emphasize weight as the marker of health. Doctors and healthcare providers are quick to blame weight for...
Ora bem, então. Número 1. Há alimentos maus e alimentos bons. Na realidade, não. Os alimentos são todos bons. Como ela estava a dizer, nisso eu tenho que concordar com ela. Os alimentos são todos bons. Os alimentos. O que se passa é que ela está aqui a convergir dois pontos, que são os alimentos e os produtos que se parecem com alimentos. Porque esses produtos que se parecem com alimentos são maus, porque têm quase zero valor nutricional, mas são bastante agradáveis no processo de ingestão e estimulam os nossos centros de prazer, libertam muita dopamina. São alimentos com muito sal e muito açúcar, né? Tipo pizzas, hambúrgueres, Fast food em geral. Fast food em geral, sobremesas, estas coisas estimulam-nos. Estimulam os nossos centros de prazer, por isso são agradáveis na ingestão. E é por isso que temos grande dificuldade em nos controlar no que toca a isto. E esta senhora sabe disso. Vou falar da minha experiência pessoal. Sim, você é gulosa, meu. Você é gulosa. E está escrito em todos os livros sagrados. Gula é pecado. Você é gulosa. Admita aquilo que é, meu. Porque enquanto não admitirem, as pessoas não admitirem aquilo que são, ou o estado em que estão, não é o que são, o estado em que estão, nunca vão fazer nada para mudar. Nunca vão fazer nada para mudar. Que é o caso desta senhora. Esta senhora continua a viver na infância dela, porque a culpa é da infância, porque restrição alimentar. Minha senhora, menos calorias ingeridas, mais movimento. Você tem os PhDs, você sabe disso melhor do que eu, mano. Você sabe disso melhor do que eu. Isto é quase criminoso uma pessoa saber e ainda assim ter a cara de pau de cuspir essas barbaridades porque não quer fazer o trabalho. Não quer mudar o estilo de vida. E a maior parte das pessoas não irá mudar. Isto é uma triste realidade. Isto é mesmo uma triste realidade. A maior parte de vocês não vai mudar. Simplesmente não vão. Esta é a realidade. Mas para aqueles que olham para o espelho e sentem-se verdadeiramente incomodados, que estão fartos de puxar as t-shirts para baixo para tapar as barrigas, porque se você tem sobrepeso, você tem obesidade, isto só encurta a tua vida, a tua esperança média de vida está a ser encurtada. E esse discurso, isto é criminoso. Esta doutora devia ser presa e forçada a comer sua alface.
Common health problems. As such, people in large bodies don't want to see their doctor. They avoid seeking health care because they feel incredibly stigmatized when they go in with a sore throat and are told to lose weight. And we know from research that it's this weight stigma that actually is more problematic for health than their actual weight. And lastly, it's never too late to unlearn harmful beliefs. I developed this core belief that fat was bad and I should be in a small body early on, but this only led me to suffering and to harming others. And what helped me make this shift was the recognition that in these weight loss programs, we're prescribing for people in large bodies the same behaviors we tell people in eating disorders to stop doing. They're not just harmful for those in small bodies, they're harmful for everybody. It was a long journey to get through this process, lots of ups and downs and a lot of unlearning. But one thing is for sure, I gained a lot. 1, I gained weight. My body needed more nourishment. 2, I gained much better mental health, a greater connection with my friends and family, and a strong belief that we must dismantle diet culture.
Bem, este ser humano é desprezível. Este ser humano é desprezível. Ela diz-me, não, eu ganhei muito peso porque o meu corpo precisava de mais nutrição. O teu estado mostra claramente que você tem excesso de nutrição, tipo, está a transbordar na tua cara redonda. A tua nutrição transborda na tua cara redonda. Você é indisciplinada, você é preguiçosa, você não quer se mexer, você gosta de comer. É evidente, é aparente. Não, doutora, não faça isso. Não faça isso, especialmente agora quando nós temos uma vaga. Porque isso são fenómenos modernos, né? Corpo livre e a idolatria, a romantização da obesidade são coisas novas, são conceitos novos. E nós estamos agora a ver os resultados, uma vaga de influencers do corpo livre, da body positivity, a morrerem os 40 e poucos. É o que acontece. E geralmente as autópsias revelam que são condições relacionadas à obesidade que levaram ao falecimento dessas pessoas. Então não me venha dizer, doutora, que o meu corpo precisa de mais nutrição. Não, você é preguiçosa. Você é um demônio, você é malvada. Porque você leu, você fez o trabalho, você é doutorada aparentemente. Você sabe disso. Mas como uma pessoa de merda, você é uma merda de pessoa. Você é uma pessoa má. Você é um demônio. Você é malvada. Diz isso. Isto é triste.
It is oppressive and only harms our future generations. We want them to grow up without this core belief that they need to shrink their bodies in order to have a happy and healthy life.
Vaseline Cacau Radiante.
Exatamente. A velha conversa da felicidade. Você não nasceu para ser feliz. Você nasceu para desempenhar um papel. Você tem um propósito. É ser a melhor pessoa que tu conseguires e criar a próxima geração de humanos com esses valores ou com melhores valores. Não é estás aqui e seres feliz. O que é que isso quer dizer? Eu sei muito, eu tive grandes experiências, comi mais do que devia, engajei-me em várias atividades de cariz sexual, visitei várias culturas, mas vivi até os 45, aos 50 ou até os 60, mas sobrevivi, existi cheio de problemas e condições e com um monte de fármacos em cima. Isto é mesmo viver? É isto que essa senhora se refere a viver? É isto que aquela se refere que é viver? Bem, segundo esta senhora, nós temos que nos manter como estamos e nutrir o nosso corpo e manter a nossa saúde mental, mas depois nós temos este jovem que prova aquilo que tu consegues fazer quando estás comprometido com a tua visão, quando tu te desafias. Vamos ver. Desculpem, estava aqui estava a fazer isto mal, mas agora sim. Agora sim.
You're the fat guy. You know you are, but you live in this sort of self-imposed denial. You look at yourself in the mirror and you think, how did I let myself get to this point? I don't like who I've become. This isn't who I am. I'm living an unfulfilled life and I'm watching my life's dreams just fade away. Then you finally reach that moment when you're ready to take control. And that's when you know it's time to make a change. My name is Kenny Sailors. I'm 32 years old and I'm obese. But all of that is about to change. I'm about to do something that many would consider extreme.
Pay close attention to this. Energy flows to where attention goes.
Exato.
If you are focusing on failure.
Obrigado, Jonas Raff. Fair use, só para não termos problemas aqui com a plataforma. Fair use. Aliás, vou aproveitar este momento para perguntar se concordam, se não concordam, para quem estiver a ver. E vamos continuar. Kenny. Here we go.
The next 40 days, I'm going to fast on absolutely nothing but water.
Very concerned about your health. Your body really isn't meant to do that.
I think it's absurd. I don't think it's possible.
I'm sure it's not healthy, but you know what? Probably living in Los Angeles, where we are right now, it's not too healthy.
I think that's ridiculous.
Okay.
He's got to have vitamins, he's got to have nutrition. It's something that's not healthy for him. In the long run, it could come back to haunt him. I don't know.
Reparem nos transeuntes todos.
You pass out. Sick, anorexic. You get your energy from food.
Exato. Os entendidos todos, você não pode fazer isso. O homem que é obeso mórbido, nosso amigo Kenny, vai ficar anorético. Fica assim. Sim.
Yeah. Ooh, carrot juice is good, man. Holy crap. You gotta taste the. I'm gonna make him taste carrot juice.
I've had the Sobe carrot orange stuff.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not real, man. This stuff is really fresh. Carrot juice is like, it's like drinking.
I've never had it, so.
Drinking life.
Tá para aquelas pessoas que têm dificuldades com o inglês. Aqui então diz que nos 14 dias antes, os 14 dias que antecederam ao jejum, fasting, que era suposto ser 40 dias só com água, um fasting de 40 dias, um jejum 40 dias só a beber água, nada mais. Durante os 14 dias que antecederam esse jejum, o Kenny passou esse período a sucos, né? De cenouras e verduras e fruta, só sucos espremidos diretamente das frutas e legumes.
You have to drink carrot juice or any juice for that matter fast because juices are living. They're living things. So whenever you juice, you have to drink it for 2 minutes in order to get the full maximum effect of the vitamins and nutrients going to the body. This coming from an overweight fat guy who knows so much about nutrition. Okay, first things first. Before I decided to do the fast, I wanted to go back home, see my family, visit some old friends in my hometown of Greenville, Texas. Greenville's your typical small town USA. It's definitely a far cry from Los Angeles. Growing up, I went to Greenville High School, attended Greenville First Assembly, worked at Greenville Hardware, and ate lots of Greenville food.
Então no ano de sênior, o ano em que ela acabou o liceu, o Kenny pesava 160 pounds, 160 libras. Em quilos isto dá 72 quilos. Ele deve ter a média de altura do nome americano, deve ter para aí 1,75 m, 1,76 m. Estava dentro do peso ideal. Exato.
When he was growing up, he
active from the time he started walking. He liked sports and he liked to play football, and he never met a stranger. He was always quite friendly with everybody. When he was in high school, he was very thin, almost frail looking. I never thought that he would ever gain this much weight. So when he started gaining weight, then he started this coughing.
Okay.
Aqui diz que os médicos atribuíram a tosse do Kenny a gordura excessiva no corpo. E o que está aqui escrito? Doutora Dory Steinberg.
When Kenny said that he was going to go on a long fast, I wasn't sure if he could do it, but I knew that because he has determination that he probably could.
So what is fasting and why did I choose this? Simple. Fasting has been the most proven way to detox the body and give it time to heal.
Exatamente. Exato. Vamos aproveitar isto para fazer uma pausazinha. Eu preciso de usar o mictório.
In Christianity, this simple.
Exato, ele aqui pergunta porquê que escolheu o jejum. Ele está a perguntar do nosso ponto de vista, né, dos espectadores, porquê que escolheu o jejum. E ele está a explicar porquê. Então, bem já. Aliás, acho que até uma oportunidade de estar aqui. Capau! Ora bem, estamos de volta. Continuando.
Fasting has been the most proven way to detox the body and give it time to heal. Throughout history, people of many faiths, including Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and most Eastern religions, have used fasting as a healing process for spiritual purification and communion with God. Why 40 days? Well, 40 seems to be a number that is repeated in most of the holy books, and specifically in the Bible over and over and over, so it sounded like the right number for me. I knew the smart thing to do before I started was to get a medical team on board. So I did my research and called lots of doctors, but none of them wanted to take me on. Finally, I found a place in Marina del Rey that agreed to meet with me.
Reparem bem que a maior parte dos profissionais de saúde, dos médicos, apesar de estar escrito, lá está, em todas as passagens, em todos os livros sagrados, Corão, Bíblia, Tora, hindus, doesn't matter. Está lá que jejuar é benéfico. É benéfico. Faz-te bem o corpo, faz-te bem a alma, faz-te bem a mente. Há montes de dados sobre isto, mas nenhum desses profissionais de saúde queria acompanhar o Kenny nessa jornada. Mas se fosse para lhe prescrever fármacos, eu tenho a certeza que haveria uma fila interminável. Mas para ele tentar resolver o problema dele e simplesmente ter o acompanhamento desses profissionais, 99% recusaram-se. Isto é curioso.
Come on in, Kenny. It sounds like you've got some interesting, life-changing plans.
Yeah,
I want to hear more about it.
I'd been doing research over the past year about what ways to really reform my health and to try to get me back on track. And so,
Okay.
And then that's when I came across fasting,
All
just
right.
a water fast. And
A water fast?
Yes, a water fast for 40 days.
Wait, you're talking about doing a water fast for 40 days? That's very extreme, Kenny. A water fast for 40 days is probably the most extreme type of fasting you can do, and for the longest amount of time that anyone should possibly attempt it. And you shouldn't attempt it without medical supervision, I can tell you that straight off.
The big thing for me, the passion for me, is about the obesity epidemic in the world. In my research, that's what really stood out to me. The numbers are astronomical, about how many people are overweight.
According to the CDC, the number of morbidly obese across the United States has skyrocketed to over 30% in the last 20 years. Not only that, but what is obesity costing you and me, the taxpayer? Well, if you break down the cost and compare them to other taxpayer expenditures, you can see it adds up really quickly. To fly our president for 1 year in Air Force One cost us $500 million. All costs associated with illegal aliens in California alone cost taxpayers $9 billion a year. If you add up the money spent on the No Child Left Behind policy, it's a staggering $23 billion a year. And all costs associated with drunk driving, a whopping $24 billion a year. So how does obesity stand up to these numbers? Well, when you add up increased insurance costs, loss of work due to obesity conditions, increased Medicare and Medicaid costs, it comes to $80 billion a year. That's more than all of those other programs combined.
So that made me start thinking, wow, I'm one of those statistics.
Well, let me say this at least, Kenny, because I applaud you for at least taking some steps to improve your health. The number one thing, though, should be you improving your health. You need to get medical supervision. So we're going to introduce you to the medical doctor that we have on staff here. You're going to need to get a full physical, some blood work. Make sure you're healthy enough to do something like an extreme fast. On a personal note, you should be really proud of what you're doing. It's so difficult. I don't know anyone other than some very serious medical practitioners who've attempted what you're doing. What you're doing is difficult. And you should be very proud that you're taking such a step to get healthy.
I know it is extreme, but sometimes you have to go to extremes to be extremely healthy. So.
I think they're on board. That's going to be great. In order to get through this, I'm going to need some help. I'll need my friends around me to keep me motivated and to get me through my moments of weakness. I'll be staying part of the time with my good friends Paul and Sonia. Sonia's been wanting to fast for a while and thought now would be the perfect time to do it, and I couldn't agree more. Paul, He'll continue to eat a lot of tempting food and stay magically skinny, which honestly really isn't fair. I'll also be staying with some of my other friends, Jeremy and Elena. I've known them for a long time, and I know they can put up with my ridiculous shenanigans. This is John and Matt. They're helping me document this entire adventure. Now, you're not seeing double, they're actually identical twins, and I really have trouble telling them apart, which is always fun. The rules are like this.
É por isso que é importante ter uma boa rede à tua volta de amigos, de familiares, uma tribo à tua volta de pessoas que te vão manter responsáveis e a quem tu possas recorrer quando as coisas estiverem difíceis. Este passo é muito importante. E agora o Kenny vai explicar quais é que são as regras de engajamento do jejum durante 40 dias, só água.
Obviously no food for the next 40 days. No gum, no candy of any kind, no mints, nothing, just water for that whole time. Also, I'm going to be keeping record of how many times I go to the bathroom, how many bottles of water I drink. This little baby here, the wallet, anytime I'm left alone without supervision around, there to take my wallet. Whoever's near me, whoever's near me that I know, not just somebody, I can never be alone with my wallet and with access to money.
And so are you nervous?
Are
you optimistic?
I'm very optimistic about it. I'm actually really excited about it. I'm you know, as emotionally attached as I've become to this, I'm ready to let it go.
Kenny, time to get up. First day of your fast.
Day one begins.
So, this is from Paul and I. A little gift to start off your journey.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
See if it fits around your big head.
Yeah, oh boy, this is one I actually go over her head.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, I know one thing. Once it goes on, it ain't going off. Oh my.
Don't poke your eye.
Oh, well, hopefully my head will lose weight. Golly.
So I got my juice, you got your water.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I'm starting my Simple Seeds 40 days.
A amiga do Kenny decidiu fazer também jejum durante 40 dias, mas vai fazer com sucos, né? Chamados detox, sumos detox ou sucos detox, durante 40 dias. É duro também, mas o grau de dificuldade não será tanto, porque continuas a receber os nutrientes, mas continua a ser notável.
Juice fast.
Sonia is doing 40 days juice fast. Why did I do that? I just spill all and say,
Oh, thanks, Kenny.
you're welcome. Anything I can do.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah, cheers.
To day one. Whee!
Just like candy.
Just like water. I'm going for my first physical now, my first weigh-in. Honestly, I've been terrified of the scale for years. I'm afraid of knowing what my weight is. I always thought I was like 5'9"3/4, but apparently I'm not that tall, which is sad, because that's not tall. I'm so ashamed of my height and my weight and pretty much everything. I got my own little pretty robe that they actually have to find one that's a bigger size because this one will not fit me, will not fit around my big fat belly.
Hi, Kenny, how are you?
Doing good.
Good to see you. So we're going to measure everything because when you stress your body the way you are going to stress it, fasting completely, there will be a lot of physiological and biochemical changes in your body. But I want you to be aware there is always risk for what you're trying to achieve.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So it's not an easy deal that you're, this is a major issue, okay?
Right.
All right. So we're gonna do your body measurements. Your weight is 315.2 pounds. 53% of that weight is made out of fat. 50.
Ora, o Kenny tem 5'9", não é? 5'9". Vamos em português, ou na medida em quilos, né? Ele tem 1,59 m. Feet. Ora bem, o Kenny mede... impressionante. Metro e 75, exatamente. Como eu, apesar de ligeiramente off, mas estava lá perto. 1,75 m, isto é a média americana, 75, 77. Em Portugal é 1,72 m. Então, com 1,75 m, o Kenny devia estar a pesar 75 kg. Antes quando saiu do secundário, estava com 72 kg, 73, estava dentro ainda. E agora está com 315. Está com 315 libras, que dá um total de... faz um total fantástico. 315 libras. 315 LBS. O Kenny está com 142 quilos. Só para sermos precisos aqui nos detalhes, porque acho que é importante sermos minuciosos e haver especificidade quando estamos a tratar de coisas sérias.
53% of that weight is made out of fat.
53% fat.
So basically, a little over half of your weight is made out of fat, huh?
Wow.
And your body mass index is 47.8, where in fact we shouldn't see you greater than 28, BMI of 28, maybe 30 maximum.
30 maximum.
Yeah. And your lean body mass is 147 pounds. The ideal thing, Kenny, right now is that we should be very close watching your progress and assessing where you are. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, well, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you,
right.
Kenny. Right.
Well,
all the best.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah?
Okay, so I had my first physical today. Basically, 53% of me is fat, and 167 pounds of fat on me. That's what it is. So I knew it was big, but man, that's really bigger than I thought. So anyhow, this.
Worried about AI taking your job? You should be worried about...
This is day one, and it'll be interesting to see what happens day two. And I've got a headache already starting, becoming pretty bad actually. So anyhow, so day one, physical over. Good news, I'm pretty healthy. Bad news, I'm really fat. I look at myself in the mirror, and so I see what I am now, and I know where I was, and I know what I can be. The problem is I seem to have this block of getting over it, and And I'm trying. And that's the thing, is when people see me, they just see a fat guy, but what they don't see is they don't see that I'm a person who struggles with this every day. It's something that I am trying to overcome. And I know there are much bigger people than me around. And so I can't even imagine what they go through. I went through a very, very difficult breakup, and I was under the impression everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, she calls me up one night and just says, look, it's over. I was devastated. I mean, I wasn't just brokenhearted. I was broken. And she never gave me a reason, just ended it. I didn't know how to handle that. I didn't know emotionally what to do with that. There was no closure for me, and from that point, over the next year, I gained over 80 pounds. I ate and I ate.
Esta fantasia do closure, do encerramento, de fechar a página, isso é uma fantasia da Disney, isso é uma coisa para crianças. Isso é uma coisa para crianças. Tu és um homem. Ela deixou-te, porque na cabeça dela, ela conseguia fazer melhor. Simples. É simples. É duro, mas esta é a realidade dos factos. Esta é a realidade. Se uma mulher te deixou, especialmente quando ainda estão numa fase jovem da vida, não há filhos, não há nada, mas acredita, se deixou não foi para ir viver a vida solo, não, porque os seres humanos são criaturas sociais. Se uma mulher te deixa, ela acredita na mente dela, especialmente se for jovem, ela acredita piamente que consegue fazer muito melhor e que estava na altura de deixar ir e procurar pretendentes mais capazes. É isto. E se for este o caso, dói, sim senhora, mas o que tu vais fazer é pegar nessa dor e transformar isso em energia, em combustível, que é para te impulsionar para a frente. Tu vais pegar nessa energia e tu vais fazer flexões até adormeceres numa poça do teu suor, de tão exausto. É isso que tu vais fazer. Não vais comer as tuas emoções. Isto não é o sexo e a cidade, tu não és a Samantha, não vais estar sentado a comer a agendaz e a chorar porque não sei quem te deixou, porque foste abandonado por não sei quantas. Isto é um fenómeno novo que, meus queridos, vocês têm que largar essa mentalidade. Eu entendo, separação é duro, eu entendo, é duro, eu sei. Todos nós já passamos por isso, é duro. Mas esta não é a resposta. Esta não é a resposta. Se tiveres que fazer isso, inscreve-te no ginásio de boxe, vai lá lutar, vai lá aprender a lutar. Vai lá levar uns murros na cabeça, aprender a dar uns murros, faz flexões até adormeceres de exaustão, mas isto não é a resposta.
Because food doesn't reject you. Most of the weight that I have now is from that breakup. But thank the Lord I'm through it. Now I'm here, my mind is more clear, and I'm ready to move forward.
Talking about my breakup was really tough. I've been pushing it to the back of my mind for so long that finally facing it was actually a release. It was such an impact on me. It completely changed the way I dealt with my emotions. That's something I need to work on if I'm going to change the way I deal with pain in the future. I just can't keep running to food any longer.
And so, mark down, this is the 4th time I've gone to the bathroom today, because I'm going to the bathroom right now. And I'm going to be talking about something that Dr. Galley told me to go pick up. These things, they're keto sticks. You pee on the little end thing and then you gotta correlate it with the side here. This tells you if your body has gone into ketosis or not, which this means nothing, and this means you're heavily into ketosis. It's ketosis time. Woo! And as we see here, let's see, the ketone strip didn't change really any color. Well, it changed that color, which means it's negative, which means my body has not even started into ketosis yet. Pretty natural, I guess. I wouldn't expect me to be instantly into ketosis from not eating for 1 day. So, there we go. Should I collect these, you think? I used to love to go for a run, especially on a day like this, but I gradually became embarrassed and self-conscious about my body, so I eventually stopped. You know, it takes a lot of courage and self-confidence for a person to just not care about what other people may think or what they might say and just go out there and do the things normal people do. Now I'm more embarrassed by the fact that I cared that much to let it stop me for that long.
I do cardiac and pulmonary. Over the years, things that you've seen that we're eating, how we're eating, things such as this. I'm a firm believer that you can damn near eat anything that you want. It's what you do after. I still feel it's input. I think it's exercise. And also I think a lot of it comes back to psychological. There is a criteria that states when gastric bypass should be done clinically. We are doing them now in 13 and 14-year-old kids. When you have a kid 13, 14 that's weighing 325 pounds, you've got a problem. Gastric bypass should only be for those that psychologically cannot handle their weight. In other words, obesity is not a reason to have a gastric bypass. It's very simple. What goes in comes out.
Yeah.
Unless you have glandular trouble. And that's 1/10% of people that have weight problems.
Então aqui o que aquele médico estava a dizer, acho que era cardiologista, o que aquele senhor estava a dizer era que as pessoas estão a fazer bypasses gástricos e quando tu começas a ter crianças de 13, 14 anos, adolescentes, a fazerem bypasses gástricos, porque pesam 312 libras, que serão 130 e muitos quilos, 140. Mais 150 quilos. Isto é verdadeiramente um problema. É verdadeiramente um problema. E que apenas uma em cada 10 pessoas tinham problemas de excesso de peso ou obesidade devido a fatores hormonais, né? Por causa de problemas na tiroide, desregulação a nível hormonal. Apenas uma em cada 10, ou seja, em 10 pessoas, só uma que tem problemas. As outras 9 estão no estado em que estão devido ao estilo de vida e maus hábitos. Doutora Dori Steinberg.
People come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, but only a small percentage actually have some sort of medical reason they're overweight. As for everyone else, it's mainly due to their emotional eating, lifestyle habits, or both. Ask any of them why they think they're overweight, they're going to tell you they're big bone, it's genetics, or something like that. Now, ask those same people what size their great-grandparents were, their great-great-grandparents, and I bet they'll tell you they were all average sized. Ask anyone over 65 how many obese people they remember seeing as a child, and they'll tell you there were very, very few.
Três razões para se reunir com os missionários de A Igreja de Jesus Cristo dos Santos dos Últimos Dias.
I'm tired. Day 3 has been a pain in the... So yesterday, I was negative on ketones. We're gonna see how I am today. I'm putting this in my mouth. This is before I pee on it. Here we go. Just peed on this thing. Let's check it out. The other day I was here, I was negative. Let's see where I am today. It's not quite the moderate yet, so I'm still under the small category. So there we go. Ketone sticks, don't leave home without them. Day 3 has come.
3 dias sem comer.
Well, it's about 3:30, 4 in the morning, and I woke up and I'm just like, oh man, not feeling so well right now. I've got like a headache and my stomach is like growling like crazy. So I'm just really hungry, and I'm right about now I'm thinking, man, was this a good idea? And man, I'm only a few days in. It's tough. I mean, it's tough. I'm already feeling it, but hey. Man. Alright. I gotta try to go back to sleep. Day 5 is the most difficult so far. The thought of giving up has actually crossed my mind. What stops me is realizing what my life's become and what it's going to continue to be if I let it. When you're ready to make a profound change in your life, you have to face your fears. You have to keep pushing yourself and imagine how different your life could be if you only try. Your first colonic. My first colonic, yeah, I know.
Isto que o Kenny disse é muito acertado. Nós não podemos deixar que o medo nos impeça de fazer coisas novas, de testar os nossos limites. Especialmente quando a nossa situação já de si é precária. Quando estás numa situação má, tu vais sentir medo, é normal. Mas permitires que este medo te impeça de tomar ação, de seguir em frente apesar do medo, aí nunca vais sair do mesmo sítio. Se tu estás aqui e estás com medo, mas não te atreves a dar o primeiro passo, tu vais continuar no mesmo sítio. Esta é a única garantia que tens, é que nada vai mudar, porque tu não mudas, tu não mudas o sítio onde estás, não mudas o teu comportamento, não mudas a tua mentalidade, não mudas nada. Tu estás paralisado e recusas-te a mudar por causa do medo. A única certeza é que nada vai mudar. Tu recusas-te a mudar por causa do medo. O medo não existe, o medo não é real. O medo só existe aqui.
I know. I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know what to think. On a colonic. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, I guess. They said they'll relax me a little bit, so I'm like, all right. Yeah. My doctors advised me that since my digestive system was going to be inactive for so long, it was necessary for me to clean out my colon. Now, most people know as much about colonics as I do, which is practically nothing. The human colon is over 5 feet long, and the only way for it to fit into our body is by being bent and folded. After years and years of eating, pieces of our body is by being bent. Colon is over 5 feet long, and the only way for it to fit into our body is by being bent and folded. After years and years of eating, pieces of food and waste become lodged in these folds, causing poor circulation, constipation, allergies, mood swings, just to name a few. Colonic hydrotherapy is an alternative medical process in which warm, filtered water gently fills the colon through the insertion of a small plastic tube. The water enters the crevices in the colon walls and removes pieces of waste. As the pressure inside the colon builds, the water is released and everything is evacuated through the hose. This process is repeated several times until the entire colon has been cleaned. Generally, patients need several colonics before all the waste is removed and they can start feeling the real benefits of a healthy colon.
Something unspeakable is scheduled to occur, and when it does, it will be a sort of relief. But just for one of us. Oh, the more eyes that are on you, the greater resistance movement. And I feel the weight, yeah, I can feel the weight.
tubing we use is thrown away. It's never used again. And this is a smaller tubing that we're going to be using.
Okay,
This, yes. It's a small, tiny one. It's very good. But everything in a colonic is breathing.
Okay.
Because sometimes we might want to get the water around some gas.
What's the difference between a colon cleanse and an enema?
If you do an enema at home, you're probably only going to get up on the sigmoid side.
Okay.
And when I do a colonic, the reason they call it high is I can go all the way up across the transverse and all the way over here to the cecum. So I'm getting the total colon. It's hard to do that unless you stand on your head. Now, when you're ready, Kenny, turn on your side for me and look at the bathroom door, please. This is going to be a little unusual. Nobody likes this part. The best thing to do is just open your mouth and breathe through your mouth. Open your mouth, go ah. Houston is a matter. Good. Good. Now the colon is closer to the back than the...
Então isto é basicamente como se fosse uma colonoscopia, mas este tubo tem água e aquilo é suposto limpar o cólon das impurezas.
Front, so the transverse runs along here, so sometimes if you get backaches, you know that it's your colon.
I grew up in the land of undiscarded plastic bags, dirty soft drink cups and candy wrappers.
It won't hurt you, and it sometimes helps you have bowel movements.
So that I'll be home soon.
Acho que o Kenny finalmente percebeu o que é que as mulheres sofrem e nunca mais vai se atrever a sugerir. Nunca mais vai se atrever a sugerir diversão pela porta dos fundos. Não era mim. Ai, Kenny. Let's go.
Here's one of the things I can't wait to be over is putting on of shoes. No. Yeah, as a big person, I understand this. Most skinny folks don't realize that putting on shoes and tying shoes is actually a very trying ordeal.
Are we really doing this all the way down?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Ora, o que isto quer dizer, o que isto significa é que os médicos que estão a acompanhar o Kenny sugeriram que ele se abstivesse de praticar exercício intenso durante o período em que está a fazer o fasting. Porque o stress adicional do exercício intenso poderia ter consequências fatais, ou seja, ele poderia perder a vida se ele fizesse exercício muito intenso. Mas ainda assim, o Kenny está a fazer alguma coisa, está a subir e descer escadas a um ritmo até moderado. Ainda bem, good for him, ainda bem.
Did you time it?
No.
I thought you were supposed to time it.
I was gonna see if I could do this first.
What do you think? How long do you think it's gonna take you?
I don't know. It's time to see. Doesn't seem like long, but I'm not doing it again.
What's next?
A bed sounds nice. My doctor advised me not to do any exercise at all.
Então aqui, e como podem ver, em média, o que diz aqui é que em média um americano passa mais de 2 horas e meia, mais de 2 horas e meia por dia em frente à caixa mágica, a televisão. Todos os dias, mais de 2 horas e meia. E em contrapartida,
My doctor advised me
em
not
30
to do any
minutos a
exercise
fazer
at all during
algum
my
tipo de
fast.
atividade
Of
física.
course, I didn't listen to him, and now I'm paying the price. Maybe I'm just trying to go too fast.
Aqui diz que o stress que o exercício físico causou ao corpo do Kenny levou a vomitar bilis e água. E os médicos atribuem isso ao facto do corpo dele já estar sob fadiga, é que desencadeou essa situação, não é? Causou esse efeito. Então aqui diz que está na fase 3, do dia 8 ao dia 15. Experienciou um aumento de energia e sente-se melhor do que nunca, porque o corpo está a completar o processo de cura, o corpo está-se a curar, mas embora esteja a acontecer, lesões antigas podem se tornar mais dolorosas nesse período, temporariamente, durante esse período.
Just give it a couple seconds.
There it is. 301. Oh man, 301.6. Only lost
Well,
like
let's
2
check
pounds.
the percentage of body fat. Well, your weight is coming down, but not
What
losing
about-
weight is one thing. Losing body percentage
Yeah.
fat and getting
More
your
important.
getting your BMI to the right level is where you want to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
BMI, not just the BM.
And now, Mr. Comedian, how
Yeah, I know,
about
exactly.
that? Have a great time.
Let's see. So all these years, I've been looking at myself. You know, I see myself in the mirror, and sometimes I stand there and I feel like crying because it's just like, who is this person in the mirror? It's disgusting. It really makes me disgusted to look at myself. And when you look at yourself that way and you feel disgusted by what you've become, then you know what? You got to do something about it. This is just not something that's like, oh, hey, this is, I'm big and fat, No, I'm fat and now I've got to do something about it because I'm going to die young. I'm going to die.
This is the measurements that we took last week, and your weight went down from 315 to 305, and that's simply because you were burning muscle, okay, instead of body fat. So that showed in your numbers. That's why your percentage of body fat number went up, even though your weight went down. Okay. Now where we're at is today. Okay. So your weight is coming down still off of 305. All right. But what's even better is your percentage of body fat's coming down. Okay. So it's gone from 58 now down to 54.
Very cool.
All right. So you've sort of crossed this threshold.
Aparentemente, fase 4, Do dia 16 ao dia 30, o corpo tem mais energia, a mente está mais clara e estás emocionalmente mais equilibrado. Os órgãos estão curados dos danos. Os órgãos estão agora curados e os danos e o tecido danificado foi agora substituído. Nice. Estágio 4, dia 16 ao dia 30. O corpo tem agora mais energia, a mente está mais clara e os níveis emocionais estão equilibrados. Os órgãos estão agora curados e o tecido que tinha danificado foi agora substituído. Nice. Podemos ter aqui um... Muito bem, Ken. Impressionante.
How many overweight friends do you have compared to those that are in good shape?
2 overweight friends.
Okay, out of your close friends. What about family? How many of your immediate family?
My whole family, aunties, uncles, everybody, and even parents.
Now, what would you say is the most commonly eaten thing? Do you have McDonald's or they eat McDonald's?
Damn, não está a poupar o McD. God damn it.
Day 21 is a milestone for me, the longest I've ever gone without food. I never imagined I could feel this good by not eating. It's true what they say that you feel light and connected with God. It's almost euphoric. I'm feeling inspired, so I'm spending the day at my friend's place and getting into my music. Now that I'm not preoccupied with food all the time, it's really given me the ability to reevaluate my life, my priorities, my ambitions. I want to change my life. I've had so many dreams that I set aside and just didn't pursue because of my weight, because of my insecurities. Growing up, music was my life, my passion. One of my deepest regrets is not pursuing that path. I gave up on my dream when I gave up on myself. I can't let this weight interfere with all that anymore. I also hope that what I'm doing will somehow inspire others to know that they can face their fat and look beyond that barrier. If you believe in yourself, any dream is possible.
As we go, day 21.
There's no better feeling than an empty to-do list. This is remarkable, the paper tablet.
Oh, wow.
Here's how it can help you organize your life.
Let's go.
Which is supposed to be a turning point.
21 dias sem comer. Notável.
There's nothing like going back to nature to help you get your mind off the fact that you haven't eaten for a month. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen today because my friends have invited me to a campground for a barbecue, which is my favorite kind of food.
Esses amigos não
This
são
is going
tudo
to
bem.
be tough. I'm beginning to wonder what kind of friends I have that would put me through this torture.
First time in my whole entire life as a human. And life as something that's not a human. I don't know what that means, but that I've ever been in any camping situation where I was not eating.
How does it feel?
It sucks.
I'm here to show you guys how to barbecue hot dogs. As you know, barbecue hot dog comes from Iran.
Well, last time I checked, Iran's not known for their barbecue, but Texas is. Well, that's right.
30 days of fasting is trying to prove you could do it. He's barbecuing for everybody, but he's not going to eat it.
Oh, feels good to even touch food.
Is that the first time you touched food?
It is. It feels good. These do look like the best hot dogs I've ever seen. So I was sitting there the other day and I thought, I was just curious. I said, well, I got to figure out, I want to see who, because there's got to be a world record for fasting, right? And so I just decided to go look online. So I went and typed in, looked online, and I saw that apparently David Blaine, when he hung up in the Times Square thing, you know, he did it for 44 days. And so some Russian dude did it last year and for 50 days. And so that's when I was like, well, you know what? They can do. I'm doing it 40 days. I'm doing pretty good. Why the crap not go for 55? Just try to get the world record, you know. Be kind of cool, getting the Guinness Book of World Records. That'd be neat. I thought the fast was supposed to turn me off to like greasy stuff and looking, but man, this food looks delicious, man. Oh, it smells so good. Man, that's a lot of hot dogs. Man, and I can't have any of them.
Corn and potato soup together. That's good. At least in Texas, right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, the mashed potatoes good. They look good too. Everything looks good. What am I talking about? Crazy people.
Estágio 5. Aparentemente nesta fase, neste nível, do dia 31 ao 33, a língua desenvolve uma camada branca. E nesta fase, esta camada desaparece, a pulsação e a pele voltam ao normal. Não sei o que ele quer dizer com isso. Interessante. E os olhos ficam mais claros e improva e melhora a tua visão. Uau, quem diria que deixar de comer traria tantos benefícios, né? Só fechar a boca. Impressionante.
I'm feeling it's time to give Paul and Sonia a break, so I'm going to go spend a few days at Jeremy and Elena's. They've heard about what I'm doing, and they're making an effort to change their old ways and to eat healthier. I haven't seen them in a while, so it's going to be good to catch up and get their perspective on things.
Let's pretend this
Cajun rice. Yeah, and on top of it, check it out. Jambalaya chicken grilled. Ooh.
Food is everywhere. On TV and movies and magazine ads, I see it everywhere I go. I just can't escape it. The temptations are overwhelming, especially with the smell of food cooking all around me. Now, with Jeremy taunting me, it's enough to make me want to run out the front door, find the first fast food place I see, and order half the menu. Food is like heroin to me. My mouth waters as I envision eating all that greasy food. I mean, it's an addiction that's so hard to overcome because no matter what, you have to eat to live.
Dinner is served. Round 2.
I'm so close to finishing, I just have to hang in there. I've been doing some research and have really started to understand the severity.
A força de vontade deste jovem é notável. Ele está no meio de duas pessoas que estão a comer, estando ele privado de comida durante há mais de 30 dias que ele não come. E ele está no meio de duas pessoas que estão a comer. A força de vontade deste jovem é notável. Kenny, você é um dos verdadeiros. Damn.
of this obesity epidemic. I wondered if any of our elected officials would be willing to talk to me about what they're doing to get this situation under control, but I quickly found out how much they cared.
You have reached President Clinton's office, Arnold Schwarzenegger. White House Office of Media Affairs. You have reached the scheduling office of the Hillary Clinton.
Repararam no nome que a secretária disse na voz do outro lado. Era o escritório do Arnold Schwarzenegger, na altura em que ele era o governador da Califórnia. Ele estava a ligar para saber quanto é que os representantes do Estado e os políticos se preocupavam com eles enquanto povo, né, enquanto eleitores. E ele vai descobrir rapidamente que eles não querem saber. Ninguém quer saber. Aliás, há uma piada muito antiga que diz que a única pessoa que quer saber do teu sucesso, ou que se importa, ou que celebra, é o ladrão. É o ladrão. Porque se tu não tiveres problemas com... Se não tiveres problemas com a lei, os advogados não têm trabalho. Se tu não tiveres fora de forma, os personal trainers, o ginásio, não têm trabalho. Se tu não cumpris a lei, os polícias não têm trabalho, os advogados não têm trabalho. Se tu não tiveres fora de forma, os ginásios, personal trainers, os nutricionistas não têm trabalho. Se tu não estiveres doente, os hospitais, os médicos não têm trabalho. O único que celebra as tuas vitórias e que estás genuinamente feliz porque tu estás bem e tens muitas coisas e tens abundância é o ladrão que é para te poder roubar, meu. Só. Isto é uma piada antiga, mas vocês perceberam o ponto. Tipo, não é responsabilidade do teu médico, do teu personal trainer, do teu presidente da Câmara, da junta de freguesia. A responsabilidade é tua. Do prefeito, a responsabilidade é tua. É tua. Enquanto adulto, a responsabilidade é tua. Quando eras criança, era dos teus pais. Depois de adulto, a responsabilidade é 100% tua. É da pessoa que está no espelho, a olhar para ti. No reflexo, este é o responsável. Simples.
In order to expedite your call, please select from the following options. Please press 4. Please press 1 now. Your call will be transferred. Governor's office.
Yes, can I speak to someone in the scheduling department, please? I had submitted a request for an interview about a month and a half ago to 2 months ago. Okay. I'm calling about a scheduling request or an interview request that I had submitted about a month and a half ago.
Please hold for the following options.
Hello?
President Clinton's office.
Yes, I'm calling about a interview request that I sent in about a month and a half ago.
Well, all right. Actually, you're connected to the scheduling department right now, so let me transfer you over to press. When did you submit it?
About a month and a half, 2 months ago.
I couldn't personally identify what happened to it or what stage it is during the process.
Okay.
But if you'd like to fax it to us again and mark it urgent, then that might...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might be helpful. Okay, let me talk to people in that department, and hopefully we can get back to you maybe by the end of the week.
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't handle the scheduling stuff, but I can transfer you over to that department.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
Novas loções Dove Body Love com uma hidratação 3 vezes superior para uma pele mais macia e resiliente.
Temos que ter o corpo hidratado, certo? Uma pele mais macia e resiliente. Não andem por aqui com a pele toda seca, que isto não é fixe.
Hold on a second.
Hello, Pam. This is Kenny Sailors. We spoke about a month ago in regards to an interview request for Vice President Al Gore for a documentary about the obesity epidemic. Thank you very much, and look forward to your call. Oh yeah, good day, mate. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. I discovered today while putting on my pants, these pants were tight on me, very tight on me whenever I first began, and now they're...
Vai no dia 38. 38 dias sem comer. Eu se tentasse essa proeza, chegasse ao pé das pessoas que eu conheço, eu vou ficar 38 dias sem comer. O quê? Tu és maluco, não faças isso, sabes lá a tua saúde. Nenhum deles foi para a escola de medicina, nenhum deles é médico, nenhum deles é enfermeiro, nada. Mas eu tenho a certeza absoluta, aliás, que eu quando disse que faria jejum de 7 dias, aliás, quando disse que fazia jejum intermitente, o quê? Tens que comer mais, tens que comer mais. Esta é a mentalidade que nós temos no dia de hoje. Tipo, mais comida, mais energia. Ok, os alimentos são energia, comida é energia, fixe. Mas o que é que tu fazes com essa energia? Se nós passamos a maior parte do nosso tempo sentado, trabalhamos a maior parte do tempo sentados, conduzimos sentados, quando a tua recreação é sentada, é ver televisão, é jogar videojogos. Então para que é que tu queres tanta energia se tu não gastas essa energia toda? 38 dias, Kenny, notável, meu, notável. Estou impressionado com este jovem.
Extremely baggy. So I've apparently lost a lot of weight in my legs. I had pretty chunky legs. Yeah. And also, there's how much weight has gone down on my hips from where I was working. I mean, that's a lot. I'm actually pretty shocked about that myself, dang. Yeah, and I have a long way to go still. I have a lot of days left, so that's excellent. But the greatest part is, I'll never have to wear these pants again. That's because
you get a whole new wardrobe.
I know. Gotta go buy new clothes now.
Baggy jeans.
I know. See, I got my necklace, and I got the baggy pants. This is my gangster starter kit, yo.
Homie K.
What's up?
K-Dog.
Straight up players, don't be hating on me.
I talked to some people on the streets to get their views on the subject of weight.
I've lost 30 pounds in the last...
Este momento foi estranho. Vou pedir a opinião do Sam the Kid. Sabe o que é que ele achou sobre este momento? Se ele estava a gozar com rap ou se... O que é que vocês acharam? Foi um bocado estranho. Mas o Kenny é do Texas e está a passar por uma fase difícil. Então, vamos dar um desconto. Vamos dar um desconto ao Kenny, tá bem? Vamos dar um desconto ao Kenny.
Really, man? That's excellent, man.
You mind doing what? Like
yeah, how did you do that?
Out or
change my eating style. From eating the way you were to eating healthy, what's the hardest thing you found as being a change?
Just not waking up at night and grabbing the wrong things. You know, instead of grabbing a sandwich or something like that, I'll take a piece of fruit or
smart,
grapes or whatever fruit. I started buying more stuff like that. More fish.
Oh, that's great.
What do you think, in your honest opinion, about a guy doing a 55-day fast, setting a world record?
I think it's great, you know, if you live through it.
It was difficult to get people to talk on camera about obesity unless they themselves were thin or were in the process of losing weight. It made me realize how afraid and uncomfortable people are about this issue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel so bad eating in front of Kenny. But it has to be done.
It looks obvious they feel very bad about it. Is there
What? No, you done with that crust?
Yeah, I know. Never thought I'd get so tired of water. But when it's all you have, you just really get sick of it. It's weird, like when you're just around people, people talk about food all the time. I would venture to say that, 70 to 75% of everyone's conversation revolves around food. And I know that sounds like a far-stretching statement to make, but man, when you're not eating, everything related to food jumps out at you. And then when people talk about it, everywhere we go, people are like, oh, I like this, I like that. You know, it's just really, it's crazy.
I'm at my breaking point. I'm physically, emotionally, and spiritually exhausted. How much longer can I keep doing this? I'm almost at the end of it, or I would be, but now I'm trying to break a world record.
I'm way into the whole fast now. I mean, I'm nearing on, 30-something days. You lose count after a while, even though I keep track of it all. I just, I don't know. But today I went out with Jeremy and Elena, and we played tennis. I was so exhausted that when I got back, I just crashed out. I just took a shower and laid down and just been like, blah. I mean, I could barely even walk up the stairs here. I was so tired. I vomited, and I'm like, what's there to vomit? I've got nothing in my stomach. I'm like, and it was weird because it was like pink, like I guess it was just stomach acid. Is all I did, but so that's a word of caution out there. I gotta make sure not to go crazy like that anymore. I need to really be careful because, it hit me today. I was like, man, I've done, I gotta be careful in the exercise.
What am I doing? Have I lost sight of my goal? Is going for the world record really more important to me than my health, than my well-being? What am I trying to prove to myself?
No resto do dia, o Kenny sofreu de exaustão extrema e mal se conseguia mover. Permaneceu na cama o resto do tempo. Vamos.
I've been going. I've realized that I've put off pursuing a music career for way too long. Songwriting is my outlet. It's my way of expressing my emotions, good or bad. I'm going back to doing the things that make me feel good about myself, and I'm going to pursue my dream.
Okay, the nurse is on her way up.
The weigh-in.
Are you ready for your weigh-in?
I know.
I'm so excited.
I know.
I told you might grow though. We should measure you after. That's one thing that might actually be a nice little side effect. Go ahead and step off. And, ladies and gentlemen, 274.4.
So, well, I mean, I lost 41 pounds.
Em 41 dias ele passou de 140 para 125 quilos. Não tá
I
bem.
got a lot of excess still to go.
Wow, your
So-
body mass index is now 41.6. Oh, my friend, you are going in the right direction.
Yeah, that's
All right.
41 pounds.
Pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fabulous.
I saw a magazine the other day. It was on there, and the cover says she lost 30 pounds in 3 months. I was like, ah.
So your body mass index when you started was about 48,
Okay.
which is pretty extreme. And now it's down to 41.6.
Oh, that's
So you're
good.
doing
So it is
tremendous.
good.
The fat was nearly 58%. That's where I was getting that number from.
58.
And now that's down to about 50%.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So you're doing amazing
Still a lot, but
progress.
it's better.
I am utterly amazed at how well you're doing. I
well.
really am. I mean, I think it's great that we're doing these treatments, but it's
Yeah.
like it's a lot attributed to you.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest, I'm quite shocked myself.
And what is this about trying to break the record?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to go in and it's 50 days. So I figured, well, I'm doing 40, and I'm doing good. I'm not like freaking out about it or anything.
Right.
Know, so,
And now you're going to push it to
15 more days. Yeah.
so a total of
55 days.
55 days of water fasting.
Yeah. Might as well go to an extreme with it, and
That's stunning.
Yeah.
I know. Of course, we're going to have to get some clearance with Dr. Golly. And
Right.
no, really, we'll check you out.
Yeah.
Make sure everything is good.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I think you're doing amazing.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely amazing. And if it was anyone else in any other condition, there's no way they could push for that record.
Yeah.
But
No.
because of where you're at, I think you could do it.
Day 40 is now come and gone.
Não, oficialmente, neste momento, ele riscou a meta inicial que tinha dos 40 dias, mas agora ele está a tentar bater o recorde de jejum d'água, só d'água, que eu acho que aí é que está a diferença. É que o jejum que ele está a fazer é só d'água, e do Angus Barbieri, que foram 380 e 92 dias, ele tinha suplementos, tipo água com suplementar.
And so what I do, so Sonia went and made me a nice little 15 more days for the world record chart. So tomorrow I get to begin my day 41 to my final 55 days to break the record. So this is the new addendum to the thing.
I'm getting near the end of my fast, and Sonia's already finished with hers, so we decided to arrange for a group of friends to come together and talk about everything we've been dealing with and learning about these past several weeks.
Whenever I told people I was going to go fasting for 40 days, they're like, "What, are you crazy?" Or, even I had a doctor tell me, "So do you have a death wish?"
How did that affect you? Did it look great? But I mean,
I feel so good now, and I lost 40 pounds, and I still had to make Paul food, and I was never starving, but on the 5th day, I really wanted fried chicken. And then that kind of went away. But I think it's because I kept watching TV and I was watching
Food Network commercials.
Commercials.
11,26 bilhões ou 11,26 mil milhões é gasto em anúncios relacionados a comida, bebida, doces e restaurantes por ano. E 9,55 milhões é gasto em promoção de estilo de vida saudável ou alimentação saudável.
When you're overweight, you're vulnerable to people in public that don't even know you, and they'll judge you or say comments to you that are so hurtful that they don't really know. You already know this about yourself. You don't need to hear it. And
right. Does it make you more unsocial? That's what I want to know. Do you feel like maybe I shouldn't go out?
Pesquisas documentaram indivíduos que experienciam estigmatização devido ao peso, têm grandes níveis de depressão, ansiedade e isolamento social. Isto pode causar um aumento na vulnerabilidade e na baixa autoestima.
Having the refrigerator reflects on their kids.
Absolutely.
So,
That's that learned behavior that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I think.
63% dos anúncios passados durante o horário infantil e nos programas para criança é para comida de plástico, junk food e refrigerante.
Letting yourself go mentally, you start saying,
what's another hamburger?
Yeah.
I already weigh this much. If I eat one more, it's easy. You know, and I'm not worried about it. I'll just eat one more, and then I'll start tomorrow. I can't tell you how many Mondays I've had in my life. I'm going to start on Monday.
I think after today, I will change my way. You guys need inspiration.
Hollywood attracts tourists from all over the world. I was curious what they thought about the eating habits of Americans.
Welcome to Hollywood, right? We're on Hollywood Boulevard.
Então a pergunta é porque é que os americanos são tão gordos? Turistas ingleses a dizerem que as doses são muito grandes. Giggity.
Like a hamburger this big. Here you can have this one and this one and this one here. And everybody eats and drinks.
And vegetables.
That's it. You don't you eat a lot of vegetables.
We eat a lot of vegetables.
I think because there are too many McDonald's and too many shops that sell a lot of sauce.
In Italia, the food is very good. I love Italian food.
We don't have ketchup, mayonnaise everywhere. Here, it's too many fried food.
Yeah.
I met a girl the other day whose father is both a cardiologist and a professional bodybuilder. I thought it would be really interesting to get his viewpoint on fasting and the best way for me to get healthy.
Were you a doctor first or you bodybuilder first?
I was a doctor first, but I've always been interested in nutrition and sports, athletics, and so forth. I still am a cardiologist and internist, but I kind of look outside the box, and because really obesity is an epidemic, and it certainly affects heart health. Anyone that has gone through losing weight in the past, they have willpower. Dieting isn't so much the issue. It's learning how to really make changes that will affect you for the long term. You had this goal that you were going to lose weight, and yeah, it wasn't extreme, but it's not much different than what bodybuilders do when they bulk up and then cut down for a contest. So yes, it's extreme. And no, I would not recommend it for the general population. Yeah, you will lose weight, but first you lose water weight, okay? And then as your metabolism comes to a screeching halt, then you start losing muscle weight. Now, the more muscle you lose, the slower your metabolism. So you eventually will get to a point in which weight loss will end, okay? Now, you are a very strong individual and you are determined to go through this. You beat the odds. There's not many people I know that could be on a fast as long as you were and could be as successful as you were. This is one of the problems I have found in dealing with obese people in general, is that you feel so deprived that you must bust out. So what these people do, then they'll overeat. And then they will feel like they're total failures because they screwed up again, and then they go off the diet and they overeat and they get fatter. It's just, if you look at people that have gone through yo-yo dieting time after time after time, the common thread that I have found is that they always feel like failures. They can't end up doing what they put their mind to do, and they feel like they were failures, so they might as well just be fat because I can't beat the odds.
Sonia and I started this fast together, supporting each other spiritually and emotionally. This journey has really bonded our friendship for a lifetime.
I can't believe I finished my fast.
Finished in
40 days, lost 40 pounds. I learned that I needed to take more time to take care of myself and to do what I need to do to stay healthy. It's weird though that when you don't eat for so many days, you don't even think about food anymore.
When you deprive yourself of food, you start realizing how much you have control over your food.
Growing up, I just remember at school, I got picked on. There was always the few, kids that would pick on me and tease me. And getting into my adulthood, first of all, I didn't date. I was always going out with my girlfriends and going dancing, and I was the one that was always holding everybody's purse. The funny thing is, I used to think if I could just have a guy in my life, and that would love me and take care of me, then I could go on and go after my dream, Because I never really went after my my dream of being an artist, because I thought I have to take care of this first, and so I ended up going through relationships with guys, and I had this series of boyfriends that were not the greatest guys, They were more like verbally abusive, not physically, but I had one boyfriend that used to tell me that I was borderline ugly, and he told me once I'll never forget, we were at Magic Mountain and we were in line for this ride, and he told me he was embarrassed to be seen with me. And
boyfriend?
Yeah. And I still stayed with him because I thought, I'm never gonna find anybody else. And I think that a lot of women that are overweight think that. They put up with a lot more because they don't feel that anyone else is gonna want them.
This is it, my last weigh-in. I'm so proud to be able to say that I reached a personal milestone. And now it's just time to find out how much my hard work's paid off.
So he went from 315 down to 271.
So what is that, how many would that be, 15?
That's 44 pounds, but the interesting thing about it...
What was his fat, percentage?
Yeah, the percentage of body fat has come down dramatically because it was at 53%, actually over 53%, and now it's down to 46%.
Oh.
So that's important. And then when you look...
How many pounds of fat did that be?
Exactly, thank you, doctor. When you look at the fat mass, he actually lost 40 pounds of fat and only 4 pounds of lean body mass.
Not
So
bad.
that's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
Preserving muscle mass is,
Yeah,
is the name of the game.
And really unusual.
Yeah.
So let's get you measured to see how toned this buff body is.
Yeah, I know all these muscles I have.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the measurements because all my clothes have been like, this shirt was like spandex on me when I started. Oh, but the thing I was going to ask you about was the ketone strips, where I've been peeing on them, but it's gone up. It went up really high and for a long time. It was really high, and then it started going down, and then up, and then down, and then the past like 4 or 5 days, it's been like trace amount.
That's good.
Oh, so that's normal.
That's very.
Oh, okay. With 5.5 inches around the stomach, I've gone down a couple pant size, which I've noticed because my pants don't fit me anymore.
And for you to lose 50-some pounds?
44.
44 pounds? It's not bad, like a pound a day. My God, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that is really, for each pound of fat, you need to spend 3,500 calories. Okay.
Yeah.
So a man usually requires for daily maintenance anywhere between 28 to 3,200 calories a day. So basically, you're living on your own. There you go.
What did you learn about yourself?
What did I learn about myself? That I actually, if I put my mind to it enough, I can actually go and turn down food. That's one of the big things, because that's one of the biggest problems that and I think that's one of the things that most people in the world and who are overweight, their biggest problem is they don't think they can say no to food. And see, and I didn't, and I always thought that, and I proved it because I did it. You learn through the whole thing, you realize that, you know, if you put your mind to it enough that you can change your mind, you can change your body. I'm like, I finished, you know, yay, I get to eat something tomorrow, drink something beside the water. 128 ounces in a gallon. The last days here, 55 is here, and that is me, which I should cross out too. Yay, 55 days. 55 days, and I've drunk so much water. I will probably never be able to drink anything but water again the rest of my life. I probably could have gone 60 days, but that probably would have been a good idea. But I started getting actually towards the past few days, I started getting pains in my side.
I'm gonna do carrot apple.
Carrot apple sounds very good. Weird, actually. Então agora o Kenny tem que passar 2 semanas só a beber de sumos, tal como ele iniciou, 14 dias só sucos antes do fasting, antes do jejum. Pós-fasting vai ter que passar mais 2 semanas, 15 dias. Isso vai reintroduzi-lo de forma segura aos alimentos sólidos. Because I hadn't had anything, not even men's anything. Just the closest thing I even come to chewing anything was I chewed a straw. When I get stressed out, I chew straws and plastic things, which is probably not a good habit, but.
How many of us are drinking?
They all need to be. Yeah, everybody should try. Here it is. Day, 56 now, I guess, huh? Cheers, I finished, yay! Thank you. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm full.
Well,
man.
You're still alive.
Yeah.
Tell me
bright light getting bigger. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it tastes good. It's like, but it's weird.
What do you think?
I think it's actually really good.
Is the first time you had or made carrot juice?
Well, freshly squeezed carrot juice, you can't get this stuff in bottles.
It actually tastes good.
Well,
That's that.
It's good.
there we go, guys. We're all done. I'm a little disappointed I didn't lose as much weight as I thought I would, but who can complain about losing like 50 pounds or 44 or whatever the crap was?
5 from your waist.
Yeah, 5-something inches from my waist. No, I'm very happy. I certainly don't regret it. Anytime I lose any weight, I don't regret it. But the important thing is that what I disregarded in this, because I went 55 days, because actually about, a few days, quite a few days before this, my hunger actually came back and I let it cycle again, and you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to let your hunger cycle again once you've been so long. But of course I was going for a world record, so I thought I'd let do it, but that got into danger zone.
Were there any particular craving type of food?
Yeah, well, pretty much anything with the word fast and food conjoined, yeah. But then it's just making a conscious choice. Like, okay, I can have this fried chicken that's not good for me, or I can have the same basic ingredient of chicken baked and it's healthy for me, But the good thing, I feel like now that I'm like at the starting line, Yeah, exactly. And now I actually feel like, because now the fasting, I actually felt like I was doing something, really crazy. Now I actually feel like I'm starting line.
Do the same again.
Bem, basicamente isto. Deixarei o link do documentário na caixa da descrição. Esta é a história do Kenny Sailors. Passou 55 dias sem comer, mas no final desse período houve umas complicações, desculpa, exato, esses cabos, as coisas antiquadas, algumas complicações com o Guinness e o recorde do Guinness. Pronto, tiveram ali os problemas. Se quiserem saber mais, depois vou deixar o link do vídeo completo e vocês passam em estudo e vão até o fim e veem o que é que se passou com o livro do Guinness. Digam aqui em baixo nos comentários o que é que acharam disso. Antes de ir, vou-vos deixar uma história rápida. Eu durante um período trabalhei com um rapaz que era obeso e ele estava sempre em negação, mas uma vez ele confessou-me que estava com os sintomas. Vi um vídeo no TikTok de um médico a dizer que se tu tens esses 5 sintomas, tu estás mal. E ele dos 5 tinha 4. Mas o poder dos hábitos é este, é o poder de tu não conseguir sair deste ciclo. É que ele continuou, apesar de saber disso e estar super assustado, formigueiro nas mãos e fadiga extrema e so on and so forth, ele simplesmente não conseguia largar a Coca-Cola e os meus hábitos e pizza e não sei o que mais. E isto afetava a confiança dele, porque a namorada dele, embora também tivesse excesso de peso, não estava obesa como ele e tinha mais atenção nas redes sociais. Então isso é um slippery slope, isso é aquela bola de neve. Se vocês estão nessa situação, procurem ajuda, mas antes disso tomem a decisão de se manter fiéis à vossa decisão. Lembrem-se, quando estiverem a passar por momentos difíceis, lembrem-se porque é que começaram. Lembrem-se das pessoas que vos apoiam. Como isso seria cuspir na cara dessas pessoas. Kenny Sailors, um herói no meu livro. Eu próprio vou fazer agora 7 dias de jejum e vou documentar essa jornada. Mas é isto. Caríssimos, comentários, dúvidas, sugestões, aqui embaixo na caixa de comentários ou por e-mail. Deixem aquele thumbs up, ponham um gosto na live, sigam o canal, subscrevam o canal para mais conteúdo e ajudem-nos a ver o YouTube, a perceber que este tipo de conteúdo tem lugar nesta plataforma, que não é só abanar o rabinho e dancinhas da trend, tá? Fiquem bem. Peace. We are gone, we are gone, we are